make sure it doesn't get too bad, but there's not really a whole lot you can do at this point, especially with it just staying windy like it does. So I'll just pray for us down here. But speaking of the wildfires, that big alligator skeleton y'all saw in the gift shop, his name was Oscar. He was a real alligator that lived here, and he was actually found deceased not long after that fire was put out back in 2003. So he was about 13 feet, a little over. Because of the wildfire, and he was just, everybody came to see Oscar, everybody knew him, you know? So we were really sad, determined that he passed due to old age. So he actually lived until he was in his 80s or 90s, it's estimated. But what a lot of people don't know about Oscar is that he was actually a movie star. So he was in all these movies that you see over here to your left. Now, in order to get Oscar to do the fun things they wanted them to do in these movies, what did they do? They fed him. And do y'all know what an alligator's favorite snack is? You think so? It's actually marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
Alligators love the marshmallows. And one guy who fed a lot of the alligators marshmallows, I actually had the privilege of meeting him, and he is the reason I work here today. Because he came out to my elementary school, and he actually told me all about it. He brought out animals. And even though I lived here my whole life, I never realized how unique this place was and how it needs to be protected. And so, of course,
I have to watch some of these movies.
He was the best guy overall. He was human, so he had to do something wrong. Right? So he is actually the reason we have a lot of regulations, because he was feeding all of the wildlife. So he would feed them on boat tours and then for the movies, you know, all that good stuff. But we actually found that all these alligators, they started associating us with food. And I don't know about y'all, but a 13-foot alligator looking at me like a marshmallow,
That's not easy.
I don't really like that very much. And then also, these alligators, they kind of just stopped hunting for themselves. They were learning helplessness. And that can cause a bunch of different problems, because all these alligators were starving because they just wouldn't hunt for themselves.
They wanted more